Three biggest takeaways from the Game Awards 2025. So after watching the Game Awards, I think it's fair to say one thing straight away. Yes, this year was a massive improvement over 2024. But improvement doesn't mean problem-free. Once the hype settles, there are three major takeaways from this show that I think are worth talking about. And honestly, they don't leave me feeling particularly optimistic about the future of AAA gaming. So let's break down the three biggest takeaways from the Game Awards 2025. At number 3, improvement. But same old warning signs. Let's start with the obvious. Compared to last year, this show was better. No question. We saw a few upcoming games that genuinely look like they have real potential. Interesting ideas, decent presentation, and at least some sense of creativity. But at the same time, we also saw a lot of games that look like the same boring rehashes we've been playing for the last decade. Same formulas, same tone, same cinematic trailers hiding gameplay. And despite the improvement, the show is still political, still obsessed with the optics, and still hyping future titles that, if we're being honest, look like they're going to flop hard. We've seen this cycle before. Big trailer, big promises, big marketing push, and then broken launch, unfinished game, damage control. So yeah, better show. But the warning signs are still very much there. At number 2, Star Wars. Fate of the Old Republic looks deeply concerning. Let's talk about Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic. That announcement trailer gave me zero confidence this game is going to be any good. In fact, I can't shake the feeling that this is basically Star Wars, Outlaws 2.0. And we all remember how that turned out. A broken mess at launch, severe bugs, unplayable performance, and even after patches, you're still left with an unlikable main character, a female Han Solo clone, awful, nonsensical dialogue, character arcs that go absolutely nowhere. Nothing in this trailer tells me the lessons were learned. If anything, it looks like the same design philosophy, the same tone and the same mistakes, just wrapped in a new Star Wars skin. I hope I'm wrong, but right now, this screams style over substance. At number 1, Highguard is already being called Concord 2.0, and this is the big one. The reaction to the Highguard trailer has been overwhelmingly negative, and honestly, I understand why. And if that comparison worries you, it should. Concord was a complete disaster. A live service hero shooter made for a tiny audience. Commercial failure. Server shut down weeks after launch. Studio closed. Refunds issued. A textbook example of how not to make a game. Now here's the problem. 2 former developers from Concord worked on Highguard. And after watching the trailer, you can absolutely see why people are making the comparison. Same vibe, same tone, same generic character designs, same tired gameplay concepts we've all seen 100 times before. For me personally, Highguard looks boring, uninspired, and completely out of touch. Right now, it feels dead on arrival. Could I be wrong? Sure, but based on the trailer alone, I don't blame anyone for checking out mentally already. My final thoughts. So those are my 3 biggest takeaways from the Game Awards 2025. Yes, the show was better than last year. Yes, there were some genuinely good moments. But underneath the surface, the same problems still exist. Overhype, safe design, political optics, live service obsession, and studios that clearly haven't learned from recent failures. I want to be optimistic about 2026, I really do. But after this show, I'm cautiously pessimistic. What were your biggest takeaways from the Game Awards 2025? Do you think I'm being too harsh on Highguard and Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic, or are the red flags obvious? Drop your thoughts below. I'll reply to as many as I can. Thanks for watching.